right, welcome to part 3 of beginner rock beats. These are pretty straightforward, all eighth notes on the hi-hat. If you haven't checked out parts 1 and 2 yet, I suggest that you go back and check those out. So I'm going to go ahead right now and play all 5 of the beats that we're going to cover. What makes these different is that each one is 2 bars long. So I'm going to string them all together. I'm going to repeat each 2-bar phrase one time, then move on to the next, just so you can get an idea of what we're going to be learning in this lesson. So now we'll go and break these beats down one by one. What makes each of these beats a little bit of a challenge is that they're 2 bars long. So it's a little challenging to remember the beat once it gets longer, but you'll get better at this the more you do it. I'm going to play each one of these 4 times so that you can play along with me if you so choose. What's great about YouTube is that you can slow things down. Go to that setting wheel and slow this down to 75% or 50% if you have to, and play along with me if you want. Now let's check this one out slower with the right hand on the ride cymbal as used maybe in a ballad or slower tune kind of setting. Now I'm going to open up the hi-hat, play this a little quicker, a little more aggressively, and this could work in a punk or harder rock setting. So now let's check out beat number 2 in this lesson. There's an infinite amount of variations that we could explore, but these are just some that I've found to be musical and happen to be some of my favorites. So now let's check that one out at a slower tempo with the right hand on the ride cymbal. Now let's check out this beat at a little bit of a faster tempo with the right hand on open hi-hat. Now let's check out our third beat. Keep in mind, these are just some of my favorite variations. I encourage you to try some of your own variations. Also, keep your ears open and listening when you're listening to music. Hear some of the things and some of the beats that you're hearing when you're listening, and try and attempt some of those things as well. So let's try this beat number 3 with the right hand on the ride at a slower tempo. So now let's take a look at beat number 4 in this lesson. You'll notice that the first bar of this beat is the same as the first bar as the previous beat, but the second bar is different, making the whole thing feel a little bit different. So now to mix things up a little bit, I'm going to play our slower tempo on the open hi-hat. And now, in the spirit of mixing things up, we're going to play our faster tempo on the ride cymbal. Now let's check out beat number 5. Now I'll play that slower on the open hi-hat. Now we'll play this same beat at a quicker tempo with the right hand on the ride. Now for a little lagniappe. In New Orleans, that means a little something extra. I'm going to talk about a couple of different things that we can do to make these beats a little bit more interesting. So you might notice I'm putting a little bit of an emphasis on the downbeats when I'm playing the hi-hat. This is written as straight eighth notes, but that can sound a little stiff. So let me play example number 1 right now as if I was playing it straight eighth notes. So when I play it straight like that, where I'm playing all of the eighth notes with an equal volume, it sounds pretty stiff, robotic, and mechanical to me. Sounds kind of like a drum machine. I don't really like that sound for an acoustic drum set. So I'm going to go ahead and accent the downbeats a little bit. And what I mean by the downbeats is beats 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The ands are the upbeat eighth notes. So I'm going to emphasize the downbeats just a little bit in this next version of beat number 1. Now we can take those downbeats and put those on the bell of the ride cymbal. I love doing this. It's a super cool thing to do. Really helps drive the time. So now I'm going to play the bell of the ride cymbal on the ands. This might take a little bit of practice and this might be a jump for you, but I'm just trying to show you some of the things that we're going to work towards. Now I've talked about this in some of the previous lessons, but you can go ahead and play the right hand on the floor tom. Thanks for checking out this lesson. If you're looking for more material at the beginner level, I have 34 lessons on StantonMooreDrumAcademy.com that start at the beginner level and work into intermediate and even a little bit of advanced. And that is the Fresh Approach to Drum Set, written by Mark Wessels. All of those videos are up on the Academy. Please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I release new lessons, which I plan on doing a lot of. And also, please come check out StantonMooreDrumAcademy.com to see a whole bunch of material that I've been putting together over the years. Thank you, and I'll see y'all down the line.